What's going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome back to another episode here with the Baltimore Ravens franchise, as we're at episode 13, and it is week 14, and we're getting ready for another divisional matchup here today, as we're hosting the 7-5 Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are in town this week here for this matchup here, and this is the first time we met up with these. We're getting a lot of divisional games here late. We've already played the Bengals in the previous episode. We'll be playing them again in the next episode. And of course, so we've already played the Browns twice early on this season. So, as you see there, we're currently 12-0 for the season right now. Steelers and the Bengals right now, right on our tail at 7-5. And the Steelers are currently on a 2-game winning streak of their own, as they are trying to fight for a playoff spot here in the AFC. So as we take a look here at the stats between the two teams here, of course, we're giving about 40 points a game and looking pretty strong there. As for the Steelers, they had a rough start, losing the first two games of the season. Then they would have a good winning streak between week 6 through 9, and then would lose 2 straight to the Bengals and Bears, both one on the road and one at home, I believe. And then we would go on, of course, like I said, winning 2 straight here. As last episode we talked about this, they won a game against the Buffalo Bills towards the end there, 29-28 is the final score, as Aaron Rodgers and his team able to do a pretty good job there and get a win. Rodgers threw for 227 yards, 25 of 35 for that game with 3 touchdowns. But the real star of the game, the real star of their team, and really, to be honest, this season, has been Kaleb Johnson. He had a nice game, 11 carries for 40 yards, had a rushing touchdown, and Johnson has been playing very well here in the last couple of weeks, actually throughout the season. But in the last couple of weeks, he's been producing very well for himself here. And of course, coaches here with the Ravens are offensive or defensive coordinator believes that we need to be finding a way how to stop him and keep him at bay. Now, he had 4 catches for 33 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game against Buffalo, and so that will be another thing that we'll have to be watching out for as well when it comes to the passing game as well. So he's a kind of a bit of a dual threat coming out of the backfield, and of course playing a receiver at times. And of course, Rodgers, for us, I think he is hoping that the running game will be going very well for him to kind of take the pressure off of him and really kind of use Rodgers in a emergency basis, some passes here and there. So we got to do is try to get Rodgers unsettled in that pocket. There you see playing his 21st season, if you believe it or not. Rodgers, 80 overall, and of course, this might be his last year in the NFL. As you see there, 2,380 yards for the season, 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and of course he's completing 64% of his passes here so far this season. And of course, last 2 seasons he's played with the Jets. And there you see Kaleb Johnson, rookie coming from Iowa, and there you see his numbers there: 88 speed, 90 overall, 91 acceleration, and there you see he's got a great carry, and of course ball carrying skills as well. Right now, 553 yards rushing with 11 touchdowns for the season. He has 3 fumbles so far this season here. So for a rookie, he's doing pretty decent job there for himself. And of course, passing wise, 12 receptions, 69 yards, 3 touchdowns there for himself. And like I said, he is kind of being the focus point of that team, as well as Pat Furman. There you see there, star dev from Penn State. He'll be utilized here, especially in those possession short yardage, especially in the red zone there. We got to keep an eye on him, as Rodgers would like to get him involved in the game as well. So there you see his numbers, almost 500 yards for the season. And of course, on the defensive side of things for the Steelers, of course, the Steelers are known for their defense. They got Jalen Ramsey there for their corner, which he'll be probably being locked up with one of our Zay Flowers there, which you know, Zay has not been, we've not thrown the ball too much to Zay here. He's had a couple of good games here and there, but not the idea person that Jackson's been throwing to this season. It's been more like, you know, Andrews and, of course, Rashad Bateman. And, of course, on the edge there, on the line there for TJ Watt, of course, he will be a guy there that will be definitely trying to make our time running the football as well as passing the football a tough time. And, of course, we have to try to do our best to try to avoid him, if all at possible, which is a tough thing there. And, of course, one of their best defensive tackles here they've had here, and he's been with this team for most of his career, Cameron Hayward. If you guys remember from my Pittsburgh series there, he was one of our dominant figures there, had a lot of great years there with us, and continuing doing so here, at least in this series, as he has 50 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 10.5 sacks for him this season. And it looks like he's in his 15th year now in the NFL. He might be almost done here, depending on how this season goes. They do have one player here, a guard here, that is going to be out with a dislocated hip. He'll be out for 3 to 5 weeks. So let's get into this game here. It is a rainy and wet day here in Baltimore as we see the kickoff here. As we do have audio here this week. As when I was filming this episode, I made sure that this one was all right, and I was praying that because the previous episode we had no audio, we had to lay a music track down to put some kind of sound besides my voice in the video. This one we do have synced audio. So let's see here what we can do here. 2nd and 10 coming up here for Rodgers as he throws this one. That is going to be incomplete, and that is going to be now a 3rd down now here for the Ravens, or for the Steelers, excuse me. As we'll see a pass there, incomplete there as well. As Woods cannot get a hold of that football there, he will end up dropping it himself. And that's going to put us now, put us in a position now here as we get the ball back after the punt. It'll be a 1st and 10 on the ball on the 39-yard line. Hand off to our guy, King Henry, as he makes a nice little run. Well, try to make a nice little run there. He'll lose a yard there on the play. We'll see now what we can do here on this 2nd down coming up, as we'll see a handoff to Henry. Henry getting around a lot of traffic, and he'll get to about the 43-yard line. There'll be a 3rd down coming up here for the Ravens, as the Ravens now will go back on the ground here again with Henry, and Henry will be stopped and told no by Cole Holcomb, as he'll make a stop there, and they'll be forced us to punt. As they'll get the ball their own 12-yard line. Rodgers here running for his life as Oa will find him for the first sack of the day. Nice stop there from the defense. And as we push Rodgers back further, excuse me, making that a 2nd down now here for him. We'll see 2nd and 14 coming up here. Ball on the 4-yard line. Hand off to Kaleb Johnson. As Johnson, of course, makes a nice carry there for a few more yards. Getting a little more space. 3rd and 10. Rodgers here. He's going to get picked up and drop down there at the 1-yard line. Making it now a 4th and 20 coming up here for the veteran. And, of course, they'll be forced to punt as we get a nice return here. Ball on our own 48-yard line. Hand off to Henry. Henry gets a nice little block on the left-hand side. Runs this one down to the 31. As he'll get another nice carry there. Gets well over about a little over, I would say about 17 yards on that carry. Makes it a 1st down. Ravens want to keep the ball on the ground here once again, using Henry again, and this time they'll stay on the left-hand side as they'll get no gain on that play. They'll actually lose some. We'll see 2nd and 12 coming up. Pass there. It's going to be rifled there to Bateman as he'll get the catch at the 26, and now we're looking at a 3rd and a 5. Reasonable 3rd down coming up here. It should not take us too much here to do so. We can go through the ground or through the air, but we'll go through the air. Pass there being receptive there, and oh, nice catch there. Has likely had it. I thought he dropped it, but he holds on to it. Ball's now going to be at the 17-yard line. Pass up the middle there. Nice job there for the defense. As that ball's going to be broken up. It'll be now a ball in the 17, pass there to Andrews, and Andrews is going to get the touchdown. Touchdown, Ravens. As the Ravens get themselves on the board here. That is Andrews' first touchdown of the day, his 10th of the season. He is leading touchdown receptions for us. And nice job. Nice connection there from him from Jackson to Andrews on that play. As the veteran here, doing a really good job here in the red zone here, really doing an excellent job of helping us out here, scoring into the end zone as our top receiver here in Baltimore. 6 plays, 52 yards. Takes about 2 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. We'll go back on the field here defensively now. It's Rogers back out here. Hands off to Johnson. Johnson here trying to maneuver around and try to get away from the defender. That'll be a short gain there for him. See what he can do here on this second down. Pass going to be completed and caught, as that's going to be a first, or just short of the first down there for Rogers and the Steelers. Kaleb Johnson now will get back on the ground here as he does a little stutter step there, but does get enough to get the first down. It'll be a 1st and 10. Ball now on their own 40. Hand off to Kaleb Johnson again as he'll get met up there, and he'll get stopped. As it'll be a 3rd down. So he gets back to the line of scrimmage here on that play. See a man in motion, and that of course will be the fullback Furman. As he'll see a pass, we'll see Rogers throw a pass over there to Johnson, and it's not going to be enough there for the first down, as they'll be forced to punt. As Henry now gets the football here for the Ravens. He tried to go on the outside there, and Stanley here grabbing his knee there. Hopefully that is not serious, as he looks like he's going to have to get stretched out there on the sideline. He'll have to miss a play or two before coming back into the game. 2nd and 10 coming up here. Ball the 40-yard line. Of course, Jackson. Of course, we're trying to make sure he does not throw interceptions here. He already has 10 for the season. We'll kind of try to keep it under that. And we'll see a bruised knee. Stanley will be making a return, but we're going to have him set out for a bit. But yeah, going back to Jackson. Jackson, we've been, the last couple games here has been kind of tough throwing the football here, as he's been getting picked off there. Haven't been doing a good job of reading the defense. We got to do that here today. As we'll see a run here for Henry. Henry going down the field here, down the sidelines, finds himself into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown for Baltimore. First touchdown of the day here for Mr. Henry, as he gets his 27th rushing touchdown of the season. As Baltimore now takes a 2-possession lead here early on in this ball game here in Baltimore from our home crowd. Nice job, nice run, and 4 plays, 59 yards, just taking about a minute 13 off the clock. We lead at 14-0. 1st and 10, ball at the 24-yard line here for Rogers and the Steelers, as we'll see a handoff there to Johnson. Out of the backfield there, and no gain on that, or just a loss of 2 on that play. And Starks making a nice stop. We'll see if they can do it again here on this 2nd down. Defense needs to, of course, making a good attack here. We'll see Rogers, nice pocket there for him, throws it to his fullback. And the fullback gets the football there, but no gain on that throw, as he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. See now here, 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Ball being tossed there. That's going to be caught by Austin, as they'll get a gain of about 4 on that play. And right now they're looking at a 4th down. That's in the first quarter. We lead it by 2 possessions. It's 14-0 here at M&T Bank here in Baltimore, as the Baltimore Ravens having a nice day here. We'll see if that can continue here. 1st and 10 after the punt, as we'll see a handoff there to Henry. Henry on the outside there, trying to do a little juke move, and he's going to be just stopped well short of that first down here now, looking at a 2nd and inches coming up. Handoff back to Henry again, and he's going to, of course, bulldoze his way to that first down marker. 10 carries, 85 yards, of course, a rushing touchdown already for him. Let's see if we can keep that momentum going for him. As we'll see Hill in the backfield there with Jackson. 1st and 10. Drop back up the middle there to Zay Flowers, who gets the catch for a short gain. We'll see if Jackson will continue doing that here as he'll drop back here. He'll scramble off to the right-hand side, looking down the front of the field here. Breaks a tackle. Trying to get away from J.J. Watt. He's going to make a nice run to the 41-yard line. Nice hustle there from Jackson. As we'll see a handoff here to Henry. Henry breaks off a tackle. Henry trying to break off a second tackle, trying to get clean off of him. As he'll get to the 38-yard line. 2nd and 7 for the Ravens, as we'll see a handoff here to Henry up the middle there. Nice stiff arm as Henry gets down to the 22-yard line of the Steelers. It'll be a 1st and 10 here for Baltimore as they continue moving the chains and looking like a very strong offensive drive here for us. Let's see if we can finish it in the end zone here. 1st and 10, ball at the 22 of the Steelers. Play action. Jackson now running here, scrambling around here, looking for somebody to throw to, but decides to hold on to it. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of 4 on the play for Baltimore. They're looking at a 2nd and 14. So this could be a passing situation here. Let's see if Jackson can be successful there with it. Ball on the 26, play action. Jackson here running for his life. He's got to look for a block. Here he does. He finds a nice block. Finds his way to the 1st down marker. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. Nice run there from him as he's able to move the football. Drive still alive here. 1st and 10 here for Baltimore. Jackson here goes back. Jackson goes back too far. He throws it away. Incomplete pass. Thank goodness that was not a fumble or a strip. So we'll see what he can do here. It's still now ball at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 10 coming up. Let's see here, drop back here from Jackson up the middle. Throws this one there to Bateman. Bateman will get the one at the 6. That'll be a gain of 4. We'll see what he can do here on 3rd down. As Hill's in the backfield there. Jackson drops back here, looking for something across the field here. He finds Bateman, and Bateman's in the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. Baltimore again scores, this time through the air with Bateman as he gets his 6th receiving touchdown, showing off his dance moves there. Baltimore now takes a 3-possession lead here against the Steelers here in front of the home crowd. That was a nice drive there, getting down the field here, both through the air and the ground. 11 plays, 64 yards, almost taking 5 minutes, or I should say 67 yards there. Almost taking 5 minutes off that game clock. And we'll see a 1st and 10, play action here from Rodgers. He'll throw this one up there. That's going to be up, but looks like Austin cannot hold on to it. He drops it going to the sideline. 2nd and 10 coming up. Rodgers again throws this one. He's going to find Austin again. And this time Austin's able to hold on to it that time. As Rodgers now here on 3rd down, quickly throws there. That's a quick pass there again to Austin. As he's picking up some ground here now, getting the momentum here for the Steelers. 1st and 10 after the pass, as we'll see another completion here to Austin. Austin gets this one there, gets to the midfield, and that's another 1st down here for the Steelers. Steelers really getting this ball going here. Rodgers really fired up here. He knows he's down by 3 scores going into the half here, and he's got to try to at least cut that down to 2. Let's see a quick pass there. That pass is going to be completed there by Metcalf, and he's able to get the football as well as he gets a 1st down of his own. Puts him at the 32-yard line. Let's see here now what they can do here with 4:05 left here in the 1st half. And a jump there. Not what we need there, Baltimore. As we'll see encroachment being called there. And that's going to help the Steelers out now here, getting a gain of 5 yards there on that play by Van Noy. The veteran should know better. So now 1st and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line. Rodgers here calling an audible, drops back in the pocket, looks down, up the field here, throws this one over the head of Wilson there on that play. I don't know if he felt he was under pressure that time, but he could have had an easy throw there. And that one's going to get lobbed up as well, as we'll see a catch there by Miller, gets a 1st. Move the chains down to the 15-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10. Rodgers up the middle there, finds the receiver. That'll be Woods. And Woods is inside the 10 as they'll mark him near the 8-yard line for the 2nd and 1. And we'll see a ball being fumbled, and that ball is going to be picked up by the defense. Nice job there as they strip that ball away from Rodgers. And Ola is going to find himself a nice sack as well. I believe that'll be a sack fumble. It'll be a fumble recovery and the 10th and a half sack there for Oa here today. As that's a nice way of killing that drive and now getting back the momentum that we need to go into the half. So the first turnover of the day here by our defense on Pittsburgh. We'll see what they can try to do here on offense, as we'll see the run there from Henry, as he'll get a couple of yards there on that carry. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2:22 left here in the first half. We'll see a handoff there to Henry. Henry runs this one, gets to the first down marker, and a timeout, or the 2-minute warning now up here for Baltimore. Baltimore leads at 21-0 with 2 minutes left here in the first half. 1st and 10, draw back here. Jackson up the middle there, finds Andrews, but Andrews cannot hold on to it as he was pretty well covered there on that play. We'll see now 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson, of course, quickly throws this one there to Andrews, and that time Andrews holds it, but that momentum gets him out of bounds, and that will stop the clock. Just short of the first down marker, we're now looking at a 3rd and 3. Jackson scrambling here, throws this one there to Henry. Henry gets the catch. Henry's going to get hit hard, and a fumble is going to be coming out of it, as Ramsey did a great job there, forcing the fumble, and then turning around, recovering the fumble himself. You don't see King Henry too often fumble the football, but when he got hit pretty good there, I mean, that's a legitimate good hit. Look at that, dang. Ramsey just did a great job recovering, forcing the fumble, and of course recovering it. Look at the ball there at the Ravens 46. Pass there to Pat there for the catch, as that'll put him now at 2nd and inches. Ball now at the 37-yard line. Looking for that first down there. They'll get it, and then Pat will get it, and he'll get back and stay in bounds there for the reception. Keeping the clock moving, of course. They have all their timeouts, but they're not calling anything here, as they're just trying to get down the field here as quickly as they can. And actually, they're going to use their first timeout now here. So the first timeout now for the Steelers here in the first half. 2 timeouts remaining. Under a minute left here. Quickly passes this one under coverage, and that one's going to be caught by Austin, as he'll get this one there at the 10-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down coming up here. And of course, they got plenty of time here. They have 1 timeout remaining. I'm sure they're going to try to get this one in the end zone here. 2nd and 6. That ball's going to get caught just short of the or just outside. No, they're going to say it's in, as Metcalf gets into the end zone. Touchdown Steelers, as the veteran DK Metcalf finds his way into the end zone. And that's going to be the first touchdown of the day here for the Steelers, as they cannot rope him in there. And when they did, they end up driving him backwards into the end zone. And kick is up, and the kick is good, as the Steelers are finally on the board here now. So they don't get 21 skunked here going into the half. As we'll see, Ravens have three timeouts, and of course some time remaining here on this clock. We'll see what they can do here. Try to maybe get a field goal out of this drive. 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Jackson throws this one up there. That one's going to get tipped away. It was intended there for Bateman. Nice coverage there from the defense. As we'll see now, 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson here drops back in the pocket, throws up the middle there, finds Zay Flowers. Flowers gets the catch, and the timeout being called quickly, as Harbaugh wants to keep all the time he can and maybe get themselves set up for a decent field goal attempt here before the half. As they try to see here, drop back here from Jackson. Pass there, going to be thrown, and all likely had it on his hands, but Queen is right there to make the stop. Breaking that up. 4th and inches coming up here for the Ravens. Jackson quickly throws this one there to Andrews. Andrews gets the catch, and he's going to be marked at the 48-yard line of the Steelers. Timeout being called here now. And I believe that's the second timeout now here for Baltimore. 16 seconds left here, trying to get a field goal range. Got to get this one near the 30 of the Steelers. As we'll see a run here from Jackson. Jackson, oh, nice little move as he shimmies out of bounds there. Timeout called now as he did not get out of bounds. So they have to burn their last timeout. So now, question is here, if this stays in bounds, you got to hurry up and get everybody on the line and spike it. Or do you just go for the end zone here? I'm assuming that Jackson's going to try to go for the end zones. He heaves this one up high and deep in there, and that is going to be an interception. That is not what we needed there at the end of the half. And that is how is, whoa, no, on second thought, it's going to be pass interference by Elliott there. So we get the ball at the 1-yard line. We'll see here, 1st and goal coming up. That got us out of the fire there. I was going to say that's going to be our 11th interception, but no. PI there. Jackson here throws quickly and finds Andrews, but Andrews would drop it as TJ Watt right all over him that time. And that is how the half is going to be in. 21-7. We tried our best to try to at least get 6 on the board there, but maybe we should go with for 3. Nonetheless, that is how the first half is going to end. So pretty good first half there for us. We just wish it would went better for us. As you see the scores right now around the NFL for this week, as the Cowboys taking on the Lions. Prescott there win this one 24-16, as he has a 21 for 32 day and a couple of touchdowns there for him. My Colts 5-7 right now, taking on Jacksonville, who are playing excellent football right now. We'll see a pass there being thrown in the back of the end zone, and Richardson right now leads the Colts by 7 against Trevor Lawrence. 145, 2 touchdowns there, 14-20 there for Richardson, as they have a 7-point lead going into the half. And the other game, Seahawks taking on the Falcons. As the Falcons, you'll see a nice run here as Michael Penix right now taking the lead right now, 17-10 over Sam Darnell, and the Seahawks taking the lead right now at halftime. And there's some of your other halftime scores going on right now around the league. You guys can pause the video and check those out. Right now, Packers right now leading the Bears 24-17 in their game. But right now in our game, not a bad day. Henry's running very well. Jackson, of course, passing very nice. Over 125 yards now for the day. And, of course, Zay Flowers got a couple catches as well. Of course, we're trying to get to him as much as we possibly can, as well as Andrews, Bateman, and Hopkins. So, defensively, we're doing very well. I like us so far, just giving up that touchdown here. Let's see if we can seal the deal here now in the second half. And we'll see us with the football here to start off the second half. And there you see the rushing yards so far at this moment right now here in today's game for Henry. And we'll see ourselves at our own 34-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up. Jackson in the backfield there with Henry. Shotgun. And we'll see a drop back here from Jackson. Jackson quickly throws this one there. Andrews gets the nice catch. He's going to get this one at the 46-yard line for the first down there for the Ravens. Ravens on the move here again. As they'll see a quick pass there. Again, going to Andrews as he'll get this one at the 50-yard line. We'll see a 3rd and 6 coming up here. We'll see if we can get this, our first third down conversion here of the second half. Pass going to be completed there to Zay Flowers. Zay has it, and Zay does a great job there. Keeping himself moving there and moves in the right angle for that first down. Ball now at the 43. And it'll be a 1st and 10. Handoff, going to the ground game here with Henry. Henry, gets a nice block. Shrugs off the defender here and keeps himself moving until he's finally brought down there at the 8-yard line. Nice run from Henry. That'll keep this drive alive. And this opening drive is looking very good for us here. Let's keep this up, fellas. As we see here, ball at the 8-yard line on the Steelers. We'll see what they're going to do here. This pretty much, you can call anything in this situation. Pass going to be thrown there to Zay Flowers, and we find Mr. Flowers in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. Nice pass and finish of a drive for the Ravens, as we'll see Flowers gets his 5th touchdown reception of the season, his first of the day. And we have now extended this lead right now to 28-7 here. As Flowers right down the middle there. Great job there getting across and able to get away from that defender there that time, as he is in the end zone there. Nice play. 6 plays, 65 yards. Taking a little over 2.5 minutes on that drive. All right, so defense. Now it's your turn. Let's see if we can get a quick stop here. Get the ball back. As we see Rodgers here, drops back in the pocket, throws this one up there. That's going to be thrown to Metcalf, as he's already seen himself in the end zone already here today. Made a couple good catches early on in the first half. We'll see if that'll be his continue being his target, as he again finds Metcalf again and gets another first down there at the 35. They're on their own 35-yard line here, 1st and 10. Play action here from Rodgers. Rodgers up the middle there, finds Metcalf again, and they will connect on another first down there. Again, move the chains here very well to start off this opening drive. See a pass thrown there. That's going to be, again, Metcalf, as he gets another first down. Rodgers now throwing this one short, and that one is going to be incomplete. No one able to get to that pass there. 2nd and 10 coming up on the Ravens 31. Ravens really need to play solid here, as Rodgers here again throws this one up there. That's going to be by Metcalf. Metcalf gets another catch, and that's going to put him inside the 20. They're going to mark him at the 12 for the first down. Metcalf's been getting several good throws here on this drive. We got to shut that down. Can't get Rodgers too comfortable in that pocket. We're having a tough time trying to get to him. And got to him earlier, but now we're just second half here. We're just like it's a force field around him. Austin couldn't catch that pass there. We'll see now 3rd and 3, and a pass in the back of the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete as well, as Wilson thought he had it, but he will drop it. So 4th and 3 coming up here for the Steelers, as Rodgers there throws a quick pass there. He's going to find his tight end, as he could not get it there. And that ball is now going to be a turnover on downs for the Ravens, as the Ravens will get the ball there on their own 4-yard line. Defense did a great job there stopping Pat Fireman there on that play, as we were able to stop him from winning the end zone. So now we'll see what Jackson can do this time around, as you see the ball on their own 4-yard line. Of course, we're going to be smart here, run the football there with Henry. And of course, you know, Henry's already had his trouble already here today. He had a fumble. And now we're just trying to see if he can continue to run the ball here for us, as we are looking at a 2nd and inches coming up here now with 4:41 left here in the 3rd quarter. So 2nd and inches coming up here, handoff to Henry. Henry's going to run this one on the outside there, the left side, and run this one and finally get wrestled down there at the 20-yard line. As that will be, it looks like a Henry getting the season record there for rushing touchdowns in the season. So congratulations there to Henry, as he had well over 2,000 some odd yards now for the season. So he broke the season rushing record. As you'll see, a little celebration there, nice. As we'll see him run, and he's going to get stopped as Thornhill and company gets a nice quick stop on him. 2nd and 12, as a loss of 2 there on that previous play. We'll see what we can do. As we'll see Jackson here drops back in the pocket, looks up, fires this one. That's going to go to Hopkins, as Hopkins tries a little spin move there, but going to get stopped at the 26. 3rd down coming up here. We'll see if they go to the air. And that's exactly what they're going to do, is they throw this one up there. That's going to go to Zay Flowers, as Mr. Flowers gets a nice catch there to convert there for the first down. 1st and 10 here for Baltimore, as they're on their own 40. See if we can keep this drive, keep the drive alive and keep it going. 1st and 10. Play clock running, play clock running down to 7. Quick pass there to the tight end, and Andrews going to get this one as he's trying to fight his way there for that first down and get a hell of a lot more. It does a great job there getting that first down and more. Puts him at the 38-yard line. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Up by 3 possessions. Of course, Jackson taking his time here now, and you should. As we'll see a play action here. Dropping back. He's going to run this one. Yeah, he's gonna, I was going to say, I thought he was going to look like he's going to pass, but he decides to run. And he'll get about 2 yards on the carry. See what we can do here on this 2nd and 8. As he'll drop back. Scramble off to the right-hand side. Trying to get away from Watt. And Watt brings him down there at the 35. So 3rd and 7. And of course, Watt is keeping a close eye on him. Watching him like a hawk there. 3rd and 7 coming up. Jackson drops back in the pocket here. Jackson looking here. He fires this one up, and that was going to be incomplete. Actually, Jackson had a receiver down on the field there that came across. He could have easily thrown that. I believe it was Wallace there on that pass. Either Wallace or it was Zay, one of the two. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I know it was the man wide open. Passes there going to be thrown there, but it's going to be incomplete as the defense smothers Bateman that time. It does a great job there, and that's, of course, going to be a turnover on downs there for Baltimore. As Baltimore will give the ball up now at the 37-yard line to the Steelers. Ball on their own 37-yard line. Play action here from Rodgers. Rodgers heaves this up there, and that ball's going to be batted away. Intended there for Metcalf. Nice job there from the defense making a stop. We'll see what we can do here on this 2nd and 10. Pass up the middle, and that's going to be caught. As Pat Farman there again gets another catch for the first. 2 seconds left here in the third quarter. Last play of the quarter. And we'll see Smith, the second string tight end, comes in. Gets a nice catch there. He's going to be stopped at the 43. And that's how the third quarter is going to end. Going to the 4th and final quarter. Can the Ravens stop this Steelers offense from getting down the field here? We'll see. 2nd and 7 coming up. And a handoff to Kaleb Johnson, and he is long gone. Touchdown, Steelers. Nice run there for him, the rookie. Finds his way into the end zone as he just gashes us there. And finds his way right up the middle there, right in the heart of our defense. And just pretty much does a great job there obliterating us. As we see 4 plays, 64 yards on that drive. And now it's a 2-possession ball game. 28-14 here. Baltimore leads it. As we'll see a 1st and 10 here on the 37-yard line. Hand off to Henry. Henry's going to go off the left-hand side, try to break that tackle from Queen. And it's going to get stopped there at the 40. 2nd and 7 coming up. That's Jackson here, of course, like I said, taking his time here. Throws this one up there. Nice rifle. Nice throw there. If he just rifles that one in there to Flowers, who gets the catch for the first. Ball's near midfield. 1st and 10. As we'll see, they're in the I formation. Going to hand off to Henry. Henry gets a nice little block there from his fullback, and now he has to try to keep himself going there as he gets stopped at the 33. Nice job there from Thornburg and Elliott trying to get the stop there. Or getting the stop there, I should say. We'll see 1st and 10 coming up here, ball at 33. A nice run here from Jackson as we get his legs moving here. Oh, nice little juke move. Hold on to it there, bro. As he gets down to the 20-yard line. Nice run there from him. As that is going to be a 1st down there for Baltimore. Jackson showing off his legs here today, just like he did last week. I try to get some more rushing yards here today. As we'll see a pass, and that ball is going to be caught and then dropped by Henry. So it'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up. As Jackson here drops back here looking. He's going to throw this one to Henry, and that one just, it's overthrown. As J.J. Watt did a good job there applying some pressure on us. 3rd and 10. Jackson here scrambling, looking here, throws this one out of bounds. They're going to say that's incomplete as he was out of bounds before he threw that. So now 4th and 10 coming up. Don't understand why we're going for it here, but nonetheless, they're going to go for it. So 4th and 10, ball on the 20-yard line. Got to get this one near the 10, get the first. Pass going to be thrown there, and that's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there. Touchdown. His 3rd touchdown of the season. His 1st touchdown of the day. Nice throw. And nice timing there. As I was not for sure if that was going to be overthrown or Hopkins was going to get there on time. But nice job as Jalen Ramsey does a great job there covering, but not enough to stop him as he is in the end zone. 8 plays, 62 yards. Taking about 2.5 minutes there on that drive. 35-14, Baltimore leads it. You see the ball at the 25-yard line. Here's Johnson again, trying to get out of that backfield there, but nice job there from the defense as they get a quick stop. Loss of 11 on the play. We'll see if the Steelers will go back to the running game here. As we'll see a 2nd and 11 coming up, 4 wide. They're going to go pass. They're going to find Johnson and use him in this situation on the kick throw. Nice catch as he'll get a few yards there. 3rd down coming up. Got to get this one near the 35-yard line. Pass is going to be dumped right in the hands of Johnson as he is able to get out of the backfield quickly. Makes a nice catch there for the 1st down. Ball's down at the 34-yard line after that catch. Austin in motion there for the Steelers. Let's see a pass there, and that ball is going to be tipped away. Nice job there for the defense. Wish we could have grabbed that, but hey, we'll take that. Now looking at a 2nd and 10. On the 34. Pass going to be up the middle there. That's going to be to Metcalf. As he gets his 8th catch, I believe, there. As he's going to be short of the 1st. As we'll see a 3rd and 4 coming up here. We'll see if they can convert. They do. As that's a nice catch there from Austin. He wraps that ball up and tucks it in for the 1st down. Ball 23, quick pass, screen there to Johnson as Johnson stiff arms a man and he gets pushed out of bounds there at the 8. Steelers trying to get on the board here at least one more time now, and of course they do. They will try to go on an onside kick as we'll see. Oh, a little shovel pass there, almost got intercepted there. Rodgers got to be careful of that. We'll see a 2nd and goal coming up here. Ball in the 8. Pass up the middle there. That's going to go to Fryman again as he gets the catch there at the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up. Steelers here looking to try and get something going. Let's see a quick pass there, and that's going to be completed. Touchdown there for Pittsburgh as Robert Woods gets the catch. And that's going to put him up on the board now here. 10 plays, 76 yards. It is 35-21. Here in Baltimore, as they did not go on the onside kick. We get the ball at their own our own 24-yard line. 1st and 10. So now we got to start playing some keep away here, as we'll see a run on the outside, and that's going to be a 3-yard carry. 2nd and 7 coming up here for Baltimore. 3:50 left here in the 4th quarter. Trying to make sure that they don't get the ball back here. We'll see Henry here has the football, and Henry on the run as he is being tracked down and finally taken out of bounds there. As Elliott, the strong safety there, able to track him down and stops him from getting that big gain or busting out a bigger gain there for a touchdown. Ball on the 34, 1st and 10. As you see a toss handoff there to Hill. He's in the game now, getting his number called. And he breaks off a tackle, keeps himself moving until Jalen Ramsey comes over and knocks him over at the 13 as they're in Steeler territory. As we'll see now what they can do here on this 1st and 10. Hand off to Henry. And Henry going to run this one in there as he dives in. Touchdown for Henry. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the day, his 28th of the season. Baltimore, again, continues to lay it thick here. As it's going to be now at 35-21. 42-21, something like that. And we'll see a run replay of this. A nice run here, great blocking. Finds his way in the end zone, dives in there just to make sure. And does a great job there of finish off the drive here for us. 4 plays, 75 yards. It's now 42-21. Okay. So now with 2:55 left here, ball in their own 26. We'll see what the Steelers can do in this situation as they get the ball to the rookie. As he runs this one out of the backfield there, gets a gain of 9 on that carry. As they go no huddle this time. So they're really still relying on that rookie halfback to help them out here, both in the run and the passing game. But they got to get down the field here quicker. They want to get back in this ball game. Rodgers throws this one up there to Metcalf. Metcalf gets a great catch. No one was covering him that time. And that's a huge first down for the Steelers. 2:22 left here. 1st and 10, ball at the 38-yard line of the Ravens. As you see a handoff here. That's going to be Metcalf on this jet sweep. And he'll get stopped at the 20 as they go, again, no huddle. Both teams have all their timeouts here. At some point here, Pittsburgh's going to have to start using them. Pass is going to be thrown. That's going to be caught by Johnson as Johnson gets hit hard inside the 10 and walking back to actually the 5. 2 minutes left here. 1st and goal coming up here for the Steelers. It's 42-21. Oh, almost got that one taken away there. Incomplete pass. Good luck there from Rodgers. Rodgers now here is trying to get down the field here. Throws this one up there to Johnson. Johnson gets a catch, but he's going to be stopped just at the 1. So looking at a 3rd and goal coming up here. Ball placed at the 1-yard line. Rodgers here looks around, scrambles, look here, throwing a quick pass. It's going to be intercepted. And that right there might be the nail in the coffin here for the Steelers. As we're able to get possession here now. Nice job there from the Ravens defense. Watching the ball there is Humphreys. Marlon Humphreys does a great, excellent job there. Read the quarterback's eyes and jump in that passing lane there to get the interception. As you take a look here, he was right on covering Johnson. He knew that pass was going to Johnson there. So now with 1:39 left here, ball on the 3-yard line. We've got to get ourselves some room here to run. And Henry's going to do that there for us as he runs this one for a gain of 2 on the play. Getting close to a minute left here in the ball game here. Just need this run here. At least try to get the first down here as we run this one very well. Get this one all the way down to the 23-yard line. So a gain of 18 on the play. As we'll see a 1st and 10 there. And that right there is it. As we win this one 42-21 here in this episode, here in episode 13, week 14 in the books as we pick up our 13th win of this season. So Ravens did a great job here defensively. Did a great job there covering Johnson. Even though they didn't use it, they used him quite a little bit there in the first half. I thought they were going to use him a little bit more in the first half than the second half, but yeah. And of course, we got to Rodgers. We got a sack off of him in this game, not to mention interception as well. So this is and then, of course, the forced fumble there, and that fumble recovery as well. So excuse me. Not a bad day at the office here for the Ravens as they pick up another victory here. Still undefeated in the division. And looking to continue that here coming up in the next episodes we take on the Baltimore or the Cincinnati Bengals there in Cincy. But take a look at your game there. Time possession almost pretty similar to one another. But I think for the most part here, we did an excellent job there of showing the dominance there on the defensive side of things. Really putting a cap on, those some of their, the receivers, with the exception of Metcalf and, in their halfback. But I think for the most part here, Jackson did an excellent job there today. Jackson 20 of 32, 193. He had 4 touchdowns in the game. He has now 26 for the season. Henry, 26 carries, 263 yards. What a monster every day. 2 rushing touchdowns for him. He has now 28 for the season. As for receiving side, Bateman, he had 3 catches for 17 yards. A touchdown for himself. He had 6. Andrews, 7 catches for 79 yards, a touchdown for himself. And Flowers, 6 catches for 51, a touchdown. He has now 5 for the season for him. And of course, Hopkins had a touchdown as well as his 3rd. 2 catches and 27 yards for the day for him. And you see there, Austin got a couple of nice catches there for Pittsburgh, as well as, like I said, Metcalf. So a really good day for the receivers here today. They, were able to get their, some of their numbers up there. But I think for the most part here defensively, I'm really proud of our guy. Smith, 11 tackles, TFL. Humphreys, 10 tackles, INT, his first INT of the season there, which came in very nice for us towards the end there. It's killing that drive. Starks, 2 tackles, a TFL. Matty Bucky, 2 tackles, looks like TFL, a sack, and a fumble there for him. As he recovered that fumble there for us. And of course, Jones, a tackle, TFL, and a sack for him. So not a bad day. TJ Watt, he was of course hunting us down, but we didn't really have to do too much to worry about him. He was a major contributor to their defense. We kind of were able to get past him and kind of avoid him at times, which was nice. But overall, it was a good performance. And of course, we'll see the Steelers again in Week 17 in Pittsburgh. But as we wrap up today's episode here, we'll take a look at some more scores around the league. And there you see Jalen Hurts wins this one 38-28 there in LA against the Chargers. As of course, they're trying to get back to the Super Bowl just from winning it a year ago. Commanders taking on the Vikings. They're both 7-5. And of course, both are looking to get a playoff berth here. As we'll see a nice run here from the Commanders. And Jalen Daniels, they win this one 17-10 against McCarthy. And Jalen Daniels had 260 yards for the day and a touchdown in his win over the Vikings. So as we take a look here, we'll be in Cincinnati for Week 15. Remember, that game will be a moments only type of game where we'll just play the moments there to get through it. Should be a good one here. I cannot wait. We'll see how that turns out to be. And of course, there you see we got the Patriots coming up in Week 16. Week 17, we got the Green Bay game, which will be in there in Green Bay, up in the frozen tundra. And of course, Week 18, we'll have a Steelers game there in Pittsburgh. So, after 4 more games left for the season, and then we'll be heading into the playoffs. So, we'll see how everything plays out coming up in the next episode. Last time we did pretty well against, it was a very tight ball game there, very offensive driven. We'll see if that'll be the case here in this one in Week 15. And like I said, we'll be playing the moments there, so I have no control over most of the game. So we'll just get through whatever scenario they throw at us and try to do our best to get ourselves out of it and, of course, score or stop the opposing team. So, but that's it for this episode of the Baltimore Ravens franchise. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new, and of course, hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series that happens to be uploaded to the channel. And of course, don't forget to follow us over on our second channel, over on ESGNet Plus LP, as we got great content over there as well with college football, as well as Madden, and of course FC and FIFA as well over there on the second channel. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on the channel as we get ready for Week 15 against our other rival and playing them within 2 weeks' time, Cincinnati Bengals. Play like a Raven. I'll see you guys next time.